Boom.
Biddly bar. We're back at Ranch. I need to check. Yeah, right camera, that's correct. Got about 3 different cameras going on now, so I don't know which is which half at time. But that's not why we're here. You know why we're here. Get that badger in and on and over here. We get to bring him back into the room. Back where he belongs, although he never came with me, but back home. What a hellacious drive home that was. Ain't no time like the present, the first steps to your future, as they well say. Are we all meeting up when they parade the cup through Leeds? And you know it's 78 RPM. Absolutely. We're basically in the semi-finals now. And we haven't even got Brett to worry about, so... Good lad, Brett. Yeah, we're live whenever we can be, aren't we? Around 8 o'clock. Each and every night now. I can't do Monday nights, and if I'm out over the weekend, I can't do that either. Just a bit gutted to have just seen... Well, I suppose I am gutted. I've just seen that fucking Galatasaray beat Liverpool 1-0, didn't they? But hopefully just over one leg. They're hit and miss out, the Galatasaray, to be fair. They're either like... I mean, I'm certainly not talking Galatasaray up. But they either batter sides or they get battered, don't they? So... yeah, I mean, I know Liverpool have been indifferent and they get on my nerves, and Arne Slot gets on my nerves, but I don't want Galatasaray getting into round of 8. Yeah, that is for sure. Yes, I appreciate you. Smash a like for us, guys. Already at 11. You know what the rules are nowadays. Trying to get to 100 in every vid. I mess with Silver Steve now. Fuck direct from my half of Hovel. Where's Silver Steve at? Has he been in, has he? Indeed, Brett. It's your first step towards becoming a Leeds fan, isn't it? We need a poll as Jack betrayed the Badger by buying a new honey badger. I've not betrayed the Badger. Certainly not. That new badger's been bought. I used it for the watch along for when I went to Chelsea. So is that classed as cheating? So boys, Bob and Mimi, Champions League games ongoing. What we got here? Anthony Gordon's not inside, is he? For some reason. Barcelona. It's mint, really, innit? You know, going back to them days when Barcelona are turning up at Ellen Road and, you know, obviously at St James's Park tonight and stuff. It's proper mint, innit? You know, they must be absolutely... They'll be zinging like a tower burger, won't they, at Big St James's. Wembley was made for Peru. Parisley, says Joe Depp. And you know it. It'd be nice to get some revenge in general, wouldn't it, on after the shit we've had at Wembley in general, and then getting beat to Southampton. Hopefully Southampton make it all the way there and we get to do them over, to be fair. You'd take that. Don't start picking on the hovel dwellings again. I can't. Luckily, I remembered what a hovel was, so... the Badger's never been betrayed. I can't believe people are voting yes. Well, Mark Hemingway... I'll read the article to you. So the article suggests, because obviously there was a bit of concern when it was left out at Norwich squad, which, to be fair, I was all right about. I didn't think it'd mean all. I didn't think there'd be all to it. And then there's growing concern. So Leeds United were able to make 9 changes for Sunday's FA Cup win over Norwich City and still come away with the 3-0 win, which was a convincing win, wasn't it? It was good stuff. There was a blot on the injury copybook, though, with Dominic Calvert Lewin picking up a small problem ahead of the game, which we outline below. Calvert Lewin's absence was enforced, but Joe Rodon was only left out the squad as a precaution following his hamstring concern ahead of the defeat to Sunderland. He played the whole of that game and seemed to have come through it fine, so Farker explained. It was from my side a bit of precaution because he was struggling before the game on Tuesday with a bit of a hamstring. So I didn't want to risk today. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Many thought Dominic Calvert-Lewin was not included in the squad due to mere rest and rotation, although some still wanted clarity over whether he had indeed picked up a problem. Farker painted the picture after full time while speaking to Radio Leeds. He said Dominic had slight problems with his knees in the last days. He didn't feel ready to be involved. Now, my brother said this from the offset because you would have thought he would have been on the bench. Because, to be fair to Farke, what's the point in him not? We've got 7 days before our next game. Oh, well, not now, but we did have at the time, before Palace. And really, he likes to keep them ticking over, doesn't he? And I'm all for it, because obviously we didn't get Cornetto on the pitch, which I did want Cornetto on the pitch, to be fair. The other day, just to have a look at him out of sheer boredom, because we just battered them, didn't we, Norwich, to be fair. They brought very little to the table. But I just thought it would be a rotation thing with Dominic Calvert Lewin. And then my brother were like, well, no, I don't think it's right. So it is interesting because, to not have him on the bench, he had Aronson on bench with probably no intention of bringing him on unless he had to. He did bring Stack on to keep him ticking over. I can't actually remember who else. To be honest, it was like a bloody... I ran a world of my own that day. A bit subdued in general. The whole ground was really... It was like... We're so much better than championship teams. It's insane, isn't it? Like, the gulf in between is crazy. So Bogle came on. Yeah, I knew they all came on. James Justin came on. Anton Stack came on. Pascal Struett came on. And Jayden Bogle came on. And obviously Sam Byron, but that's obviously not forced or needed. Just to give Sam Byron some minutes. Legend. So yeah, Brendan Aronson, who we didn't bring on. Obviously Carl Darlow, he's not going to bring on. Cornetto, and then Ilya Gruev, which obviously he's not going to bring on either. There's no need. They've had plenty of minutes, haven't they? And we was in absolute cruise control. And ultimately, he'd have had to bring off like a Nonto. I thought had a decent game. He'd have had to bring Metcher off or Peru off. So he's obviously had full intentions of giving them 90 minutes. Bealt, same. Ampadu seems to play each and every game, doesn't he? But again, you want to keep like the main spine, don't you, when we're playing in Cup. If you do want to go far in it against any teams, you can't. It's never... I actually not panicked, but at the 9 changes, it's like there's lesser teams have gone out, haven't they, when you make big changes. So what's your thoughts on the draw? It couldn't... Yeah, thoughts on West Ham. Thoughts? Would you rather have had West Ham or Bournemouth? Or at Bournemouth? No, at Brentford, wasn't it? That penalty was the worst pen ever, wasn't it? That Panenka. So yeah, he's saying here though, the possible return, obviously for Crystal Palace, he'll just be... This will be a new issue for Calvert Lewin this season, but while he has sustained a few other minor injuries, he has yet to miss a Premier League game through injury since arriving at Ellen Road. The obvious hope is that his current issue will not break this streak. Possible return date 15th of March, Crystal Palace. If we lose Crystal Palace now, obviously West Ham it's looking likely. I'm not sure if there's any more of an update today, but Somerville went off injured last night. I'm not sure if there's any more of an update, and obviously we're not too fussed about them, but concerning Crescencio Somerville injury amid fears. So he did have some like strapping on him and stuff, so I don't know whether it's like been an ongoing thing for him. But that'd be pretty good for us, wouldn't it? Truth be told. I don't really care if any about other teams, truth be told, but he's been one of their only shining lights, hasn't he, really? Past second half of the season, really, he's been the only one that's sort of pulled out at bag. Any 5 goals he's got this season, but I think a lot of them have come, recently. I've always liked Somerville, to be fair. I remember when Joe didn't rate him, and I was like, well, I've always thought he had it. I've always thought he had it in him. There's also been some talk about Bourne. I'll just catch up on comments, boys. Apologies. He's been feeling ill as Gordon, says Andrew McCoy. Yeah, there seems to be some illness going around here because there's Bornau here. Because obviously Bornau were taken off at half time, and there were a load of shit going around saying that he spat dummy out or whatever. And at the time it was thought to be a tactical decision, to be a confidence blow for the Belgian. However, the defender has taken to social media to hint that the withdrawal was due to another reason. Writing on Instagram, he wrote, "Quarterfinals bound. Proud of the lads and massive thanks to the fans for unreal energy. Gave everything in the first half, despite not feeling 100% the last few days. Possible return date, 15th of March, Crystal Palace again. So it's obviously that he's not been feeling well, which I did see, to be fair, the day after, because everybody was saying that he'd been dragged off. I don't think it's in Farke. I don't think that's why Farke would have... I don't think it's a case where he's dragging players off anyway. I think, we were performing all right against Norwich, weren't we? I can't remember, to be fair, what score it were at half-time. Had we scored before half-time? Yeah, we'd got 2 before half-time, weren't we? 2-0 up. So he's not going to drag it. He's not going to call ball now out, even if he's not having his best of games, is he? So, yes, Mingy, what's good? Yes, MVG evening all. I appreciate your attempt to revive MTV Cribs, Jack. Though your version is much less tacky and tasteless than I remember. Must try harder, old boy. I'll definitely need to jazz it up a bit, MVG. Noted. Salute, absolutely noted. Also, I appreciate the shout out for no reason at all. You deserve it, my brother. You deserve it, mate. Trying to get his knee right. We play Sunday. Yes, indeed, Andrew McCoy. Yeah, it's bigger fish to fry, isn't there, with Calvert Lewin. Also, this is not a Crystal Palace podcast, that is for sure. But there's been some murmurings around who's going to be Crystal Palace next manager, because obviously that whatever his calls on his way out, innit? Glasner, he's obviously said that they're going, and then they've collapsed since. So Thiago Motta, he's one that's come up, and then the second. Now I'm not sure if he's second on the betting. I think he is. He's joint with Carrick. Is Sam Allardyce. Sam Allardyce is the second favourite currently to take over. He's 33-1. How mental is that? Why would Crystal Palace want Sam Allardyce? Pochettino's in there, 33-1. The reason why I'm reading this out is because also with our, managerial situation with Big Farke, who I'd want us to keep. This sort of gives you a bit of an inkling. Crystal Palace they're in a better state than us just because they've been in the Premier League for longer. But, if it's 33-1 Michael Carrick, Thiago Motta's a bit of a shot in dark, but, a big name. Sam Allardyce, Michael Carrick, I wouldn't want any of them. Pochettino, you'd have to take, truth be told, to be fair. Should we do a poll on these? What should we do? Let me get comments going. Yes, Mingy, Tottenham losing 1-0. They're so bad, aren't they, dude? I can't see them winning a game again. But their manager today, I heard him on TalkSport, giving it oh, we don't really want to go through. I'm not even joking. That's literally what he said. He was like, oh, we're not really looking to go into the next round. I'm going to be... they're 2-0 down now. Atletico Madrid, 14 minutes in, 2-0 down. They're so bad. Farke is as reckless as Bielsa for knackering our players, albeit in different ways. But it's Farke, it's down to not having enough players. And when players get injured, they have to keep playing. We're not even sure he's injured at this point, though, AO. He's probably been nursing this for a few weeks. Yes, Dazzler15, what's good? Hey up, Skipper. Can we have a house rule that all future references to Spurs will use the term cockwombles? It's somewhat amusing, and they're due for a decent nickname. Keep up the good chat. Dazzler15, I will do my absolute utmost to call them the cockwombles. And if you don't know by now, you never knew. Now, it might take a few reminders for it to stick. But once it's in there, mate, if you don't know by now, you never knew. I will not let it drop. So, the Cockwombles are currently 2-0 down to Atletico Madrid. I wonder who's on score sheet. My man Griezmann. I like Griezmann. And Llorente. Not ours, not the former. Cockwombles 2-0 down now, Mingy. Ayo, smashing it up, my guy. Yes, Danny Bowden, what's good? Gravy, baby. Yes, sausages. Roger Slicker, are we just speculating on DCL or is there any credence? Speculation, really. But obviously it's all speculation, isn't it, big man? There's on Noah Okafor as well. Noah Okafor not returned to the team during team training fuck's sake. Okafor not returned to team training ahead of Sunday's clash. meaning he's missed 4 games through his hamstring injury when the winger picked up a setback in the FA Cup round away to Birmingham City. The initial recovery timeline was between 2 and 4 weeks, and this Sunday will mark exactly a month since the trip to St Andrews. Farke's general rule is that all players in team training are always in contention for the preceding game. Prior to his injury, Okafor had scored 2 goals in as many games. The boss will hand an update on both him and Calvert Lewin in his press conference later this week. So that's when we'll know. But there has been, there is some credence towards it because DCL has been pulled out due to an issue that he's had. Dominic has had slight problems with his knee in the last days. He didn't feel ready to be involved. So that is, it wouldn't be said, as we know, if there was nothing there. Keep them cockwombles depression going, absolutely. No worse than a tepid spud. And you know it, Danny Burden. Can give him pain injections, DCL. Yeah, just got to get him to end at season now, aren't we? 9 cup finals, Andrew McCoy. We can't be not having him. Would have preferred Brentford, says Joe Depp. 80% on Watford. Watford. You can tell I've been driving all day. I'm knackered. Definitely West Ham for me. All day. Especially if Somerville's injured. They've got no. I know Bone's decent, to be fair, but... The away game, it did my head in. I was, Arsenal, I don't know if anybody's seen their cup run, but it's crazy how easy they've had it. I want to do this. Joe Hart looking at the balls in the tub. I didn't see it. I listened to it because I was driving at the time, Roger. Would have preferred anyone at home. Like I know Danny Bowden would have been in semi-finals for me if we'd have had West Ham at home. We tore them up last time, and I know they were nowhere near as good as they sort of currently are on form. But we'd have ripped them a new one at Argaff in a big quarter final. I really do believe that. But it is a different thing going down south, innit? And you know that they'll fuck us over with timings or what day it lands on or whatever. So it's all to be revealed, innit? Felt the numbers on the ball should have been sent I don't get it, Andrew. They should have done the draw after all matches had been played. I agree with that as well, Joe Dex. If it does alter, I don't understand why they can't do it after anyway. Nobody's got to stay up for it, have they? It's not like a kids' event. If Brentford had drawn, Brentford are sort of safe, aren't they? But if West Ham had drawn Arsenal or Man City or Chelsea, I think most teams just try and win the game anyway and just have a look. Just try and do your best in stuff. But it would affect you because you just think, well, we're in a relegation battle here and, we've got Man City next, so we're going out in quarters. So what's the point? Do you know what I mean? It does definitely edit it. But West Ham didn't go as strong as Brentford, to be fair, and they did job on them. So West Ham are shit, says Danny Bird, and I'm all for it. Rather have them away than the arse at home, to be fair. Yes, indeed, Ming, yeah. I'm hoping I can get tickets for quarterfinals, though, but it's COVID 90210, and you know it, Danny Burden. Keeping it real, mate. It's pointless using injections on DCL as numbing pain often makes injuries worse. No, we should have bought or loaned a striker or two in January, but let's happy clap for Farke like in small teams. He wants 2 strikers. We can't even get one in door. My guy wants 2. Wrong position for him was getting beat at no right back. Yeah, we were edged in, wasn't he? My man, 78 RPM. Stop it, sir. Absolute ledge, mate. Shout out to 78 RPM. We're even getting FA Cup quarter-final bonuses now at this point. 78. Appreciate you, brother. The goal bonuses are the most mental things that occur in my daily life. So, appreciate you, 78 RPM. Thank you, dude. Chat to Longstaff, Goodmanson and Peru Peral Perisley for getting them goal bonuses up in this bitch. Chat to 78 RPM. Smash a like, guys, for my man 78 RPM. Strikes again. Didn't do Revy's boys any harm, says Danny Bowden. There were no messing about back then, were there? Don't worry, Jack. We know you didn't betray the badger. You simply bought a honey badger. The friends. Don't worry. 22 votes on West Ham. Right. Out of these, Carrick, Motta, Sam Allardyce. I've spelled his name wrong, I think. And then there's a few more, but I'm gonna do like and Pochettino. I want to find out. Let's dwindle it down. Fuck injuries, says Brett. Might never get a better chance to win the cup now, ever again. This is it, Brett. Because like Brentford going out and that, and it's like that. This probably is their only opportunity to win it. That you're a long time dead, aren't you? And when you start collapsing, it's like anybody that says, "Oh, it's for next year" or whatever. It's for while ever you're in the competition. We've not been in the quarterfinals for 23 years. That is so crazy to me. And people don't want it. It's like, come on, let's go smash West Ham up and let's have a day out. Let's enjoy ourselves. And the crazier things have happened. We've shown that we can beat teams on his day. If Liverpool do Man City, Port Vale, Southampton very unlikely to do Arsenal. But you're in there. Then we watch Chelsea, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal. So it's horrendous semi-final, granted. But we've done Chelsea twice. Draw and a win, and then we've done Liverpool, 2 draws, is it, with Liverpool, yeah? And obviously Man City, although they're going out if we're going to have Liverpool. Man City have done us both times, and so have Arsenal, so try and avoid them. A mail order Badger, and you know it, Mr. Whitesnake. Yes, my guy. 33 likes, guys, 40 odd in the room. Let's get these likes up, boys. The players of today are nowhere near as tough as of the men 30, 40, 50 years. Those lads could play through injuries, big difference. Don't rule DCL out, big man. To be fair to him, yes, Mr. Whitesnake, what's good, my man? DCL's he's not missed a game, like I've just read in the article. He's not missed a game. So he's clearly, and when there has been like an injury doubt, he's come out on his Instagram and he's been stretching them limbs, so don't fall for it. The Cockwombles are 2 down. Let's see if it's still 2. Because they are in... Oh, my God. They are 4-0 down. Bayern are 3-0 up. Tottenham are 4-0 down after 24 minutes, guys. That's worthy of a banner, is that? Spurs are so bad. 4-0 down. He's got to go, hasn't he? Already. 4-0 down after 22 minutes. I just don't think they're going to get relegated. And that's the worst bit of it. They desperately deserve to get relegated. They've been so bad. But they won't get. They've been so bad for 2 seasons. Like, to be fair to Notts Forest, they were decent last year. West Ham, were West Ham decent last year, or did they get caught up in it? I can't remember. I think they were decent last year, were they? Let's have a look. I guess I should have known. No. West Ham finished 14th last season, 20 odd points off drop. So, Tottenham finished 17th last year as well. They deserve it. Get rid of them. Not Tottenham, sorry, the Cockwombles. Danny Bowden getting down to biology there. Appreciate you. Would anybody rule out Gareth Southgate taking over from Farke, 2-time European finalist? Fucking hell. Well, I think everybody's having us on here, so people are picking Sam Allardyce over Pochettino, Motta and Carrick, which is, I think you're trying to have me on, and it's working, let's put it that way. All hail the Honey Badger. Don't leave the Badger out, though. The Honey Badger's had his day. He had his day yesterday. Block from where, Mingy? Skit Sputz, get down. Get down. 4-0 down. The Cockwombles 4-0 down. The Cockwombles have let the man them come to head up the asylum. The madman. Honey Badgers eats snakes for breakfast. Is that true? Cockwombles are going down. You can only hope so. 78 RPM. Yes, Andrew McCoy. Yes, War Piglet. We don't want Southgate, man. Jesus, it'd be horrendous. The Cockwombles. Is Tudor seeing out the night? I've not seen Tudor Rose, to be fair. It was a joke, that. But yes, MVG. I know, that's what I mean. Won't even be sacked in the morning, will he? I don't think he fancies it, does he? Who else is on this Crystal Palace list? There's Gary O'Neill at 33-1. There's Slavan Bilic at 33-1. Pia Sage, 33-1. They're all 33-1, so there's nobody running away with it. My word. Ange Postecoglou. He's at 20-1, to be fair, so that these are better odds now. Fat Frank at 20-1. Paddy McCarthy at 20-1. Jose Bordelaz, 20-1. I don't know who that is. Getafe Valencia. Currently manager of Getafe. Why is he 20-1? Well, I suppose why not? Our Getafe getting on there. Fuck's sake, I can't fucking use Google when I'm on, whenever I'm online. I can't turn into an absolute fucking technophobe. The 9th in league, so imagine that ain't great, is it, in Spanish league to be, you know, in with big names like Big Sam. Gareth Southgate is 12-1. He's one at favourites. Whoever said Gareth Southgate earlier. Roger Smith, he's 10-1 as well. Oh, it's a joke, this. Sean Dyche is 4-1. This can't be right. And then Thomas Frank is 4-1. So the favourite is Robbie Keane, 7-4. Robbie Keane is the favourite. He's actually got his Leeds kit. He's got his Leeds clobber on there. How did you rate Robbie Keane's time at Leeds? How did you rate Robbie Keane's time at Leeds? World class. Class. Decent. Average. I'm not going to say poor because he would definitely want poor. The guy who runs the anti-racism body is named Okafor. Conspiracy. Is that actually true, Danny Bowden? The Cockwombles looking in morning for a new coach. Yes, indeed. I've just read a fair few out for him, so we can have a look at that. It's 4-1 here. On a comeback. Porro. Bet builder almost in. Yes, Mingy. West Ham have confirmed the nature of concerning Somerville injury. Out for weeks initially, says Tommy Clayton. Yes, indeed. I know that we're going in for a scan today, big man, so that is good news for us, isn't it? Because all we have to worry about, other than, well, all we have to worry about is our results. But they've got Man City next, then they've got Villa. We're going to do tomorrow, we'll do the next 3 fixtures for West Ham, Forest, us, and Spurs. We'll do the next 3, you know, like we did last month. I've quite enjoyed that, doing the next 3. So we'll keep doing that even into next season. Well, not into next season. Well, we'll do it for next season, do you know what I mean? When we're in Prem. But Man City, Villa, and then we've got them in FA Cup, but ignore that. And then they've got Wolves, which is a bit of a blockbuster. But Wolves are pulling stuff out of bag now at the moment as well, aren't they? So, because I know this basic, obvious Dumbo maths, but 9 games left. You know, you get 3 out of the way, that's a third gone in it. So, you know, if I don't know, even if we tread water over the next 3 games, Well, we'll discuss it more tomorrow when we actually break down the results, because we did really well, last time. We actually, the only thing we got wrong was we was off by 1 goal difference. So we are, it's a knowledgeable group, this group. Don't worry about that. But the knowledge better be, the knowledgeable ones always like the channel, always like the videos. We're trying to get to 100 every time, boys. We're at 40. We've got 47 in room. 48. Get them likes up, boys. Are these cockwombles people, you guys referencing actually the cockwombles? I didn't know they were actually a cockwomble. Changes Spurs keeper? No way, Andrew, really? Don't want West Ham, just want to keep away from them till the last match of the season. I see what you're saying, Joe Depp, but I don't think it'll come down to that, big man. Come on, you lot, West Ham in the cup, a chance to beat them twice. We won't need to beat them on last day. We'll be going down, just enjoying ourselves. It'll be West Ham that desperately need to try pull something out of the bag. There's no way for me that the three teams below us are all going to pick up more points than us. We're currently... This is one thing that makes me laugh sort of about form in general when we... I mean, not form, because form's definitely real, but class is permanent, as they well say. But the form table can screw the fan base up somewhat, where we end up in a frenzy and a panic. And it's like, ultimately, we are above them teams that you're discussing. So everybody sees the Voldemorts of the world, all see the threat of Somerville and the threat of Bowen. And, West Ham are 18th in the league. They're in the relegation zone. If we was in the relegation zone, they wouldn't be on about the threat of Calvert Lewin, would they? Or the threat of Okafor if he's fit. We don't ever compliment our own players. It's always like, oh, look at the teams below us and how mint they are. Like, nobody's trying to suggest to me that Tottenham are good. Forest have been indifferent all season, and West Ham have pulled a few results out of bag in past 6 games, 7 or 8 games. They've turned a slight corner. They're still shit. They're still 18th in the league. The league doesn't lie, does it? I've heard the Cockwombles are renaming the new ground to No Heart Lane. Has been confirmed now. Is this confirmed? No Heart Lane's quite a good name, to be fair. Cobra's main diet is other snakes. Stay on the prowl, Roger Slicker. Not the white one, says Mister. West Ham is a good draw. Could have been a lot worse. It could indeed. It could have been guaranteed bombed, couldn't it? So... I think Brentford would be easier for us, given West Ham are finding form and it's the scrappy games. Leeds shit our pants, struggle to win. Whereas we can stick it to Brentford. That being said, we absolutely pounded West Ham at our gaff, didn't we? So, and I thought they were probably the worst team I've watched it, other than Norwich the other day at Ellen Road this season. So, salad face. I like rusty spoons, salad fingers. Sunderland purloined us. How do you feel getting knocked out the cup? It's all that rolling about you did, Brett. It exhausted you. Our fan base is fuming, Roger Slicker. We didn't press, attack or try to win the game, manager through the game. I can't understand why either, Brett, to be fair, because Sunderland are definitely safe. You'd think it'd be the perfect opportunity to think, well, let's go as far as we possibly can in cup. I mean, I think we're safe, I just say it just to annoy everybody, I think. Because, there is an element, there's an element of panic in there, I'd be lying. Yes, White Swan. Stack, Metcher, Longstaff, Nonto played well. Happy to see any of them starting against Palace. It was an opportunity, really, wasn't it, White Swan? And I think he gave everybody plenty of minutes. Like, he wanted to give Longstaff plenty of minutes. He wanted to give Nonto plenty of minutes. All got plenty of minutes. Well, got all the minutes. Metcher got plenty of minutes. Keeping then the mainstayers like your Stacks and stuff, keeping them ticking over, bringing them off at bench. But I think it's a bit of a call-out, really, because obviously we haven't been great the past couple of games. I mean, I don't think we're in anywhere near a rut yet, but we do need to bounce back against Crystal Palace, and it's obviously away, which is not great for us. And Palace have come into a little bit of form past 5 games. Won 3, lost 2 last 5 games. So they're in decent form. We haven't won. We've only won 1 in 5 now. Drawn 2, lost 2. So I think it's a bit of a call out to them as well, like saying, look, this is more than just an opportunity, like go out and express yourself on field, you know what I mean? Because there is a way into the side at the moment. Whereas, you know, previously, I know everybody has a go at me for saying, like, Gruev sort of deserves his place. But whenever you're winning games and he was managing to affect the games, why would you drop him? It's harsh to drop him. Whereas now I can see entry, you know, and if DCL has hurt his knee, then, you know, we're going to be looking... Wait, there's one for you. So if DCL picks up an injury, who do you want up top? DCL, if DCL can't play Sunday... Who? Oh, fuck. Metcha. Peru Paral Parisley. Bamford. That's it, innit, really? Who else have we got? Potential up top. That's it, really, innit? I mean, it's a no-brainer for me, to be fair, because he's not going to go. He's not going to go on. He's not going to go non up top. He might go a big ball now. He's stuck him up top before, hasn't he? Get ball now, whacked him pole. Bamford or ball now. Can't spell his name, so that'll have to do. He's already in. Joe Depp, he's already confirmed. 56 in room, 48 likes, boys. Come on. Let's get this badger to 100. MVG, the lineup looked pretty much unchanged from when you played us, Brett. I assumed a completely different lineup, but no. Win this and we're off to Wembley. You know Danny Bowden. 4-0. Loving it. 22 minutes. Is there any more movement? It's hopefully not. I'm not going to put that it's 4-1 because I'm just laughing at him. Yeah, it's still 4-1. I mean, they'll just be taking the foot off at gas now, won't they? Big Sam Kunt keepers in the Premier League. We don't need his old ways. I'd rather see Jesse return. Fucking hell, it's next poll that Bamford's got a few votes, which I'm up for. Just landed from Mars. What does out of these mean? Your poll context would help. Well... But if you've just landed from Mars, Roger, what would be the point of me giving you the context? Because if you'd landed from Mars, there'd be nothing would be contextualised, would it? So I could give you the context. I can't remember the poll at the time, but even if I gave you the context, I'd have to give you context to the context, wouldn't I? So like this current one, whatever it is, you know, who do you want to play on Sunday? They're not going to know who DCL is, are they? Unless they've been investigating, and then in which case... You know, if they've been spying on Leeds United, then in which case they don't need to know who DCL is anyway, so they don't need the context. But you're the one that's landed from Mars and you're after the context. Well, I can't give you context to the context to the context of the context, or we'll just end up contextualising stuff for the duration. Farker often exaggerates knocks to confuse opponents. And then we're straight into the 4-0 with the Cockwombles. Yeah, hopefully it's just, you know, extremely precautionary. What was the poll that I wanted to do there? Yeah. Metcha dicks that. Metcha's in. On a serious note, who would you rather have? Because any Marshes in here... I'd rather have Nikita Love in charge at squad, I think. No, but it was like a leash was put on. Don't talk to me about short leashes, Brett. There's a long history. You've still got him on a short leash. Remember how we played the end of last season once playoffs were confirmed? Understood, Brett. Geldart just scored a belter. He's loving it, isn't he? Tommy Clayton. Absolutely loving it. Half time. Against Wrexham as well. Luke won't be happy. How are we getting on? 5th in league. It's a 6-pointer that. I was going to do a watch along for that. I forgot, but with it being Champions League, I've not bothered because I'm watching Champions League. Well, I'm not watching it, actually, to be fair. I was going to, but Cockwombles, you know it, 78. Poch like Pep is a Bielsa trainee, and I think Poch best suited for us on that list. Yeah, I'd want Poch out of that. Let's look at Motta here. So where's Motta been in his career? Teams coach Valencia. Sorry, not Valencia. Fucking Juve. Bolognese. Under 19s at PSG. He's recognised for progressive possession-based style, most notably leading Bognor to Champions League qualification before a brief, unsuccessful stint at Juve. He's hardly ripped it up. Yes, Rich Bedford, what's good, big man? Howist. The Cockwombles could lose their next matches 10-0. It's when they play Leeds when I get concerned. If they lose all the games 10-0, though, you don't really need to worry about our game with them, do you? Because their ship will have sunk, won't it? By the 9th of May, their ship will have sunk. During MVG, is there any reason other than they're a big club with lots of money spent on its squad why you believe they won't get relegated, Jack? MVG, you just called me out. Because, no, that is exactly it, mate. So this is an example of where's JT when you need him, MVG, of you saying something the way, you know, where we're not just agreeing with each other. Although now I'm probably going to say, you know, we are in agreement. But no, it's not, to be fair. There is no other reason. Because I was joking, actually, to Matt Leeds when we had him on the week about like going through the squad and how shit they are. Don't even have like a decent squad. They're just a big club, like you say, allegedly, and big club. And they've spent loads of money. And they shouldn't be where they are for what they've done over the past few years. It's a feeling, innit? And I just feel as though West Ham, Notts Forest, and even potentially us won't pick up as many points as them to end the season. And it maybe is a big club thing in my mind. I don't think Tottenham are a big club, and I've never, ever been worried about them. I remember at the start of the season when they came to our gaff, and everybody were on about, you know, like Spurs being a relatively big team, and I just thought, I don't think Spurs are about it whatsoever. So I actually fancied us. And we played well in that game, and then now looking through the fixtures, you'd go, well, that was one of the ones where we could have picked some up, really, because they've been that bad for the duration of the season. But yeah, it's a good shout, MVG, because it's based on nothing other than old school. Right, let's pull this up then. Who's going down? Spurs, Forest, West Ham. I didn't even want to put Leeds in it, but I'll put Leeds in it just for the sake of... so that nobody thinks I'm skewing the poll. I'd rather watch them paint the Golden Gate Bridge than have Southgate. I would not want Southgate, Danny Bowden. Seriously. The comeback is on, says Mingy. I agree, MVG. They are the worst team. Well, they haven't won a game, have they, in 2026? Is that right? They haven't won a game in 2026. How mental is that? Meet the boss. Meet the fucker. Keep the polls coming, Jack. Who else have you in store as our next manager? We keep it moving, AO. The polls are flying in fear. Who did the Cockwombles appoint then? What? I can't remember what we're on about. No, because they've got this Tudor guy in, haven't they? But he's gone tonight, isn't he? That was all for that was for Crystal Palace's potential. Apparently, they've been saying all day, and you never know with TalkSport. It's all crap, isn't it? Yeah, this Igor Tudor guy. It's all crap from TalkSport, but yes, he is, Brett. He's been getting absolute pelters, hasn't he? He's been getting people ringing in, getting genuinely really radgy with him. Yeah, so you don't know whether it's Wolf on TalkSport, but apparently they're all saying that if he cannot be saved from 2 more bad results. If he gets 2 more bad results, he's literally out the door. But like I said to you earlier, I don't think he wants it anyway. He's one of these firefighters, isn't he? You know, and they've just dragged him in. Do you understand the firefighter stuff? I feel like I'm polling everything at this point. See, 57% say Spurs, but I don't know whether that's just hopeful or whether they, you know, I mean, 9% say Leeds, which is awful. I can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, the firefighter thing, I sort of understand Big Sam and that, but, you know, why is Iga Tudor the firefighter? I don't know. It seemed like a big risk to me even at the time, and then it is not paying off, is it? And then the problem is with the firefighter is that, well, I've come to fight the fire, and the fire fucking rises. I can't stop it. When the fire burns, it's burning like the hell, isn't it? Literally, it's hell on earth what they're going. Well, it's not hell on earth what they're going through. But that's what you get when you leave at half time, in my opinion. They're all walking off at half time. They're unwilling to, you know, go watch the games and that. You're in a bit of a tough time, do you know what I mean? Go have a go at your players a bit though. I'm not, you know what, you know me, the happy clapper. But I'd want to be going to Ellen Road and, you know, and still try and do my best to rally the side up. But if they're all getting sent off and, you know, showing literal disrespect on pitch, and Romero's making comments on Instagram and they're being twats, get you sent at the stadium and give them a bit of fucking dingling, give them a bit of shit. Don't just go, oh, well, I'm just not going. It's like, get you sent there, make yourself count, and, you know, stand up for yourself, make yourself proud. Like, you know, again, like I always say, like as a city, I want Leeds to be a proud place. So, you know, you come to Ellen Road and it's like, we don't care that we're shit. This is more than football. Do you know what I mean? It's what I always said about Bielsa when people say, oh, well, maybe time for him to go. It's like, but it means more than that to me. It's not just not because he's had a few bad results. I remember when Mez was shit, and I got loads of shit for it, but I couldn't help but say it, and I ended up saying it on Joe's as well. I was like, I feel bad for him because this is gonna be like possibly his last experience in Leeds, and at the time he was getting so much shit and jeers and stuff from the fans, like during games, and I just thought, you know, going online and getting pelted online, I just think like, by Leeds fans, it wouldn't bother me so much if it were from everybody else, but when it's by your own fans, it's like he's going to go back to France or whatever and think what a set of dickheads they are, and he's going to have really like bad memories of ye olde Ellen Road and, you know, Leeds as a whole. He's going to think I'm not welcome there. Do you know what I mean? You want the other players to not be welcome there, don't you? You want everybody coming back thinking, you know, when Gary Neville, the little snitchy snake, when he's always like, oh, I don't like being round Anfield, I feel like somebody's going to say something to me or whatever. Hey, did you see fucking Celtic and Rangers the other night as well? Battering each other. That one mental, wasn't it? Jam Roly Poly wants another crack at Spurs. Is that... What's his face? That celebrity now. What's he called? Harry Redknapp. Mr. Penn. Keep us safe from Joffin. No way. No way. I had a Tom and Frank other night. Tom and Frank. I had a Tom and Frank. Yank. Eileen Drewy hasn't ruled out Glenn Hoddle at Spurs. Glenn Hoddle at Spurs, can you imagine? At the Cockwombles. Robbie Keane has after all supported the Cockwombles since he was a boy, along with about 20 other clubs. Yes, MVG. He won't want to go in for the burning fire though, will he? He'd come in at the start of next season. But he won't be coming in. He won't come in now, I don't think. Not unless he's convinced that, you know, they'll stay up. Which, again, you know, I'm the only one that thinks they will. 58% think they're going down. Smash a like for us, guys. We've got 60 in room and we've got 51 likes. So it's much appreciated, guys. If we can get these likes up to 100 each and every video. I can't remember if we achieved the goal last time or not, but we keep moving. As a player, Keane was good for us, but as an assistant manager, GTGOH. I don't know what that stands for. DGTFOH. Get the fuck out of here. Right, I've got you, AO. You know it, mate. You can see Shitty fuck it up against West Ham. No, they won't now, Andrew McCoy. Genuinely. I actually think that they'll go on a bit of a rampage now, and thank God. Admire Robbie Keane. Every club he signed for, Robbie. It's a huge club and a club I've always wanted to play for. Yeah, he loved it, didn't he, Brett? He always played well everywhere he went, to be fair. Robbie Keane was an exceptional player, wasn't he? I remember being really excited because he came from Inter Milan, didn't he, to us? So I remember being like super excited when he joined. Or literally like, well, you're just a kid, aren't you? And we were bringing everybody in, and like my brother had bigged him up to me, and I was like, oh my God. And I probably overrated him. I probably thought before he got here that, because he spent a lot of time on bench, didn't he, for us? And I don't want to say throughout his career, but he wasn't always like a mainstay, was he? He was always sort of in and around. So I remember when he went to Tottenham, they had quite a few. Well, I suppose that was the era of the striker as well, wasn't it? So like we had like Viduka, Smith, Robbie Keane. I'm reluctant to mention Darren Huckabee, but he was in there, wasn't he, in and around side, and he sort of played a bit wider. But did we have another? Like Michael Bridges. I'm not sure that at what time, because there were that many players. Robbie Fowler. I'm not sure who was there when, truth be told, because it was a bit of a mess, wasn't it, in terms of players coming in and out at some points. But like even Tottenham, when he went there, it were like Defoe, possibly Crouch. Would he have been there when Robbie Keane were there? So Defoe, Crouch, Robbie Keane, Berbatov might have been there when Robbie Keane were there. I can't remember that lad's name with blonde hair. Were it Morientes or were it somebody like Soldado or something, or Salvado or something? I can't remember. I'm not a Cockwomble fan. Somerville out for a while. He's tripped over his pony, and you know it, Roger Slick. I love it. Poll suggestion: who is a bigger loss? Somerville for West Ham. That's a wonderful poll, MVG. Spurs are going down. 31 votes, 58%. 19% say Forest, 13% say West Ham, 10% say Leeds. Who is a bigger loss? DCL for Leeds. Obviously, I don't need to put for Leeds, but or Somerville for West Ham. I think that's a pretty difficult question, to be honest. If you take your bias out of it, most expensive player in Europe, cumulatively. I'm trying not to read it, because sometimes when I try and read a word, I can't say it. I know what you're saying when you combine it all, but I can't say it. At one point, Robbie Keane. That doesn't surprise me, to be fair, because he was, like you say, moving to every club, and it was always his favourite club that he wanted to play for. So, Jack, did you ever clarify that wasn't Farker's first rodeo into red cards as Leeds manager? It was his first rodeo. He's been saying it about 150 times. Danny Bowden, a chance to shut Danny Dyer and Rio Ferdinand up twice, and you know it, Danny Bowden. Let's have it. I don't actually mind Danny Dyer. He makes me laugh. 78 RPM. Last game of the season will be a dead rubber for both teams, as the Cockwombles will be mathematically relegated by then. That'd be sensational. Shout out to Julie Neary. A day daughter along with a war piglet. Smash a like for us, guys. We're on 53. Got 56 in room. Let's get them likes bumped up, boys. Appreciate you, Julie. I think Keane still holds that record, Danny. Citation needed. I'm going to skew it because I'll put, is Robbie Keane the most expensive player in all sales? No, Robbie Keane is not the most expensive player in all sales. The current world record is the most expensive transfer. That's how mental it is. But I know you're saying cumulative. But obviously, when you're buying Neymar for 222 million euros, that'll eclipse Robbie Keane, won't it? But I'll try and find out like cumulative. Robbie Keane's record. Keane was known for high-value moves between clubs like Wolves, Coventry, Inter Milan, Leeds, Tottenham and Liverpool, totaling around 75 million to 88 million in fees. The actual leader, Neymar, is widely recognised because obviously this is what we're saying, or what I've just said. Other players in high cumulative record fees include Lukaku, Ronaldo, again, which I think is a bit of a cheat because obviously they're very much worth the wage. And then Morata, which I bet Morata's been around. I'm going to read this out, boys, if I'm not boring you. And it's quite interesting. Fernando Torres, obviously. But, you know, other than his big move to Chelsea, he'd obviously been to Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea, Milan, Atletico Madrid again. So there's £20 million moves in between there. Ronaldo. Oh, there. R9 Ronaldo. So Costivo, which he must be where he started. Cruzeiro, wherever that is. PSV, Barcelona, Inter, Real Madrid, AC, and then Corinthians. 85 million overall. And remember, that's from a different era, because he'd have been, you know, how much would R9 be worth now, man? Fucking hell. Falcao, 87.58. River Plate, Porto, Atletico Madrid, and Monaco. Was Manu a loan move? Must have been a loan move. And those loan fees to both Manchester United and Chelsea hardly cost pocket change, yes. And then Robbie Keane in 14th. Wolves, Coventry, Inter, Leeds, Spurs, Liverpool, Spurs, LA Galaxy. Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba sounded like Sooners then. 89 million. Man United, Juve, Man United. Cristiano Ronaldo, Lisbon, Man U, Real Madrid. David Luiz. Gareth Bale, Southampton, Tottenham, Real Madrid. Veron, obviously with that crazy fee. They're skewed slightly because some of the crazy fees are in there. Luis Suarez, £65 million to Barcelona. I'm not sure, does it say what Liverpool paid for? Had Luis Suarez not developed a particular taste for the delightful combination of human flesh and racism, it's highly likely that the Uruguayan would find a loftier place on the list. He has 155 goals in his last 177 games for Liverpool and Barcelona. He is one of the most underrated strikers ever, I think. And his £65 million move to Barcelona in 2014 is the fifth most expensive single transfer ever made. A briefer than brief stint as the record signing at Anfield preceded that. While we would be too loath to forget the £680,000 Groningham. Fuck knows what they're on about. It's his first clubs. Crespo's 7th. Anelka's 6th. He got about a bit. Look at this. PSG. I mean, Crespo got about a bit as well, to be fair. River Plate, Parma, Lazio, Inter, Chelsea, Inter, Genova. But Anelka, PSG, Arsenal, Real Madrid, PSG, Man City, Fenerbahce, Bolton, Chelsea, Shanghai. I forgot he went to Shanghai. Back to Juve, West Brom, and then Mumbai City. How many clubs is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 clubs. 12 clubs. Rodriguez, that hammers Rodriguez. Porto, Monaco, Real Madrid. Hulk, fucking hell. Hulk never did Hulk, did he? I always thought Hulk could maybe go on to do something, but, you know, who did he ever play for, really? Well, it's telling me here, but Vitoria, Kawasaki, Tokyo, Porto, Zenit, Petersburg and Shanghai. Higuain, he got about. River Plate, Real Madrid, Napoli, Juve, big clubs. Ibrahimovic is in 2 with 143 million. Malmo, Ajax, not Ajax. Juve, Inter, Barcelona, AC Milan, PSG, Man United. And then top. I should have maybe guessed these out for us. Di Maria. Rosario Central, obviously, where Rossio, whatever, where he started. Benfica, Real Madrid, Manchester United, and then PSG. Because obviously Man United paid a lot for him at the time, didn't they? If we got outplayed by Sunderland, I'd be worried. We were a better team in a poor match. Yeah, we were better than them. I know it'll hurt Brett to admit it, but we were better than them. Salad fingers, MVG, you can't beat it, mate. I like rusty spoons. The feeling of my solid fingers on that rusty kettle is orgasmic. I'm that old, I remember saying to Don Revy and John Charles that Leeds will achieve greatness. Roger that, Mr. Whitesnake. Jack Lebrie came out after the Port Vale match and said he didn't play Xhaka because the Prem is too important. That tells us everything we need to know, says Brett. Keep Port Vale going, mate. I want them in semis. Want half. Didn't get it wrong. Mr. Whitesnake never gets alt wrong. The problem for us fans is why throw the cup when we've hit 40 points and it's not that mad. Europe would have been easier through the cup. Yes, indeed, Brett. I think we beat Palace. We need to get Atameo. Dennis, you've probably gone now, mate. But he's been nursing a bit of a knee injury allegedly. Snakey always in. Mr. Whitesnake dropping the bombs. A Wimberway. If West Ham Cup game goes to evening kickoff, can they afford the Lecky? I don't know, Wimberway. Probably not. Why were the sneaky payments going in? Farker has not handed his notice in, Mr. White this morning. He will be going nowhere, my brother. I'd rather have the thickest gimp in our under-15s as manager than Jesse back. Tell me about it, big man. Somerville's been voted there as the bigger loss, which I think is probably fair. I would have voted DCL just because I can't help myself. But I do think that's probably the reality. They're in a much worse position, aren't they? Luke's in the building. Yes, Luke. Let's have a look at Wrexham here. Fucking hell, it's 2-0. 2-0 to Hull, mate. Spurs getting splattered. Yes, George McPherson 4-1 down. Absolute wank stains. Yeah, Luke. I'm glad Joffrey's doing well. I'm not a player fan where I go and support players, but I do like him, so. Hope you're well, Mr. Whitesnake. Hope that's just routine, mate. Let me know. What would you rather, Beanie or Wild World? Weed World? I'd go Beanie. I don't know what the records are like, but Beanie's like a legend, isn't he? So I would go Beanie. And that Wide World used to do me head in. Were he at Liverpool or something at one point? Oh, he's such a goof. He's such a... No, I don't know where I've got Liverpool from. I thought it was like at Liverpool as a youngster, but... He's such a, like... goof troop. He only played 28 games for us, to be fair. He's only 35 now. Yes, Harley 200, what's good, man? Jack, brother, much love. Just sat thinking like I do. Got to be honest, football is not what it used to be. So boring to watch. Sick of stats, this, stats. Play the game. I agree, Harley. It's gone stat crazy, hasn't it? And they judge everything on it. But it all comes in and out of fashion, Harley. So fear not, my brother. Cockwombles lose 10-0, then Leeds are safe, and you know it. And I'm surprised you're bowing to the greater. You're damn right. You heard it here first, Roger Slick. Certainly don't show it. Just shows you that you can spend silly money. It's easy to get rid of money. What's the saying? If a fool's easily parted with his money or something. To be fair, Jack, I heard the Cockwombles' 9th biggest revenue in football. Could be wrong. Frank Strandil or Tony Agana? 53. He's above my pay grade, I think. Big centre forward. Looks a bit like Viduka, that fella. I'd go with Viduka. Viduka looking like Danny Borden. Love to see Bielsa at a top 6 club. It'd be madness, Harley. It'd hurt my feelings, but ultimately you'd get to see him flying, wouldn't you? After Farke wins the Cup, the Europa League, and qualifies for the Champions League, then he's sacked for a drunken drugs sex scandal with an 80-year-old prosy. I'd take Poch. Yeah, that's the way that Farke deserves to hang his hat up as well, isn't it? RPM, that's the thing. That's the way he deserves to sign out on a big scandal. Farke for another year. See how we get on. See if, give him the tools. And then have a look where we're at. I can't see, the more you give Farke, I think he's got it on lockdown. But another Great Minds moments on the channel. Maybe we're all just spending too much time together, Ming, and you know it. Dr. Farke's big enough, mate. He looks a pillock, talks worse. Long may he stay there for our benefit. Yes, indeed, Danny Borden. Jose, says Joe Depp. Cockwomble fans think they are relegating. They're all fucking bitches, though, aren't they? With all this new next manager talk, is Jack resigned to Farke won't be our manager next season? No, that's not what I'm saying. He makes Scott Parker look competent. Scott Parker's all right, Dry your eyes, mate. Let's not kid ourselves. I played the game. Spurs ain't going down. The Cockwombles. I don't think the Cockwombles are going down either, man. I hope they do. I really do. Anyone big, someone who has success winning titles and who is not stubborn. Come on, George McPherson. Stay loose, mate. 9 cup finals. Most Spud fans have Archie in their top 3 players. That tells you an awful lot about the mentality of that squad. To be fair, I watched them the other day when they got thumped. And he was the only one putting himself about. He's the only one that's up for it. I've played the game Sunday League level. That'll do, Harley. You know it, mate. John Venigor of Hessingling is a pretty long name, if not big. Get him in, Junk Monkey. Appreciate you, man. No one who is not stubborn wins anything ever. That is a fair shout, RPM, to be fair. Anyone big, get him in. The bigger the better. Pochettino's... not Pochettino. Postecoglou's got a big belly, hasn't he? Get him in. Spurs sub their keeper for 23 minutes. How bad's that, Gomez gang? Says it all. I hope they keep Tudor. The Cockwombles remind me of us when we went down, brought Allardyce in, 4 games to go. They will probably bring in Redknapp. They've been talking about Redknapp all day on TalkSport. That is mad, isn't it, to bring him in? Yes, Psychic Salt. Mez used to be really good young keeper. What went wrong? It's mental, mate. You're not allowed to say that either over here. But well, you are to me, but not in a public space. People go crazy, but it's very true, sir. Eileen Drury said disabilities were punishment for sins in a past life, and Glenn Hoddle brought her in to talk to the World Cup squad in '98. I thought it were Glenn Hoddle that said that, personally said that. If Leeds make it to Europe, do you honestly think Farke can manage 2 games a week running on empty? He'll have plenty of lager in his belly, mate. Lager in his belly and sausage in his hand. Short and back sides, please. Short and back sides. Short back and sides. Thought Gadget Spurs had already gone last week. No, maybe I was dreaming. He's on his way. Robbie Keane peaked at Coventry. That's before he's moved to Milan, isn't it, Coventry? Or did he come... I think he moved to us from Milan, didn't he? Farke in, he's the daddy. And you know it's 78 RPM. Why is it always in a urinal? Yeah, I know, Ming. It's always in bogs, innit, Roger? The way the game is going, wouldn't be surprised to see 4-4-2 do a full circle and 2 up top come back into fashion. It will do, Brett. Us dinosaurs. Joe Depp loves it. We went 2 up top effectively against Norwich. Put them to sword. I know they were shit, but I'm not adverse to 2 up top. And I actually think there's times around the games when we do go 2 up top, so partial to 2 up top. Who's partial to being a dinosaur? Two up top. I am. I'd love it if it came back into fashion. Get some strikers back. At that point in time, yes indeed, Danny Bowden. Think DCL could be a 20-goal striker with a proper partner up top. He's looked good whenever Metcher's round him, hasn't he? Feel sorry for Archie playing in that shit team. I don't feel sorry for him. Ming don't. It's just precautionary that he didn't feel ready for to be involved in the squad. Arthur. Read away, Jack. You what here? Joey Barton had 2 pieces of bad news today. I know he's been kicking someone's head in again, hasn't he? Scored again? Or are we behind? Yeah, it's 2-0 still. Got the first goal. Fernando Torres at Liverpool was lethal. He was unreal, wasn't he, Brett? Him and Gerrard were one of the best partnerships I've seen. Cumulative fees for being useless. Number 1, Pogba. Yes, Gomez gang. Yeah, tons of ability, as they like to say, don't they? I'm watching Spurs, Newcastle, Wrexham, and Jack. Yes, Luke. Who says men can't multitask, my old muck? No merta, no mercy. Lost 1-0 to the team we don't speak of. I know, Luke, I mentioned it right at the start. I don't like Liverpool, but I certainly don't want them winning. Farker won't set the team up the best out of DCL, and it's Hazard having to do it on his own with Chelsea all over again. Eh? I'm a bit confused. I think I've missed a comment here somewhere along the line. The disrespect for our manager is totally disgraceful in my opinion. So I want to win the cup and shut all the fuckers up. But some won't even accept that as massive. It would be German silence. Silence! Suarez is a literal animal. Yeah, that article pretty funny, wasn't it? Where it just said if he hadn't have had a bit of a taste for human flesh and racism. I'm full of heart, mate. Just don't feel sorry for these multimillionaires. That's what. Yeah, I see what you're saying now, Ming. Yeah. Daniel Farker's Barmy Army. They were singing Billy Bremner's Barmy Army at weekend, and I was hoping because it was down in the other end at stadium, and as I say, it wasn't like the loudest atmosphere we've had, as you'd expect. And I was hoping, like, you know, with him being in stands, I was hoping it was for Daniel Farker, but it wasn't. The Fire Beast. Do you know Anelka's celebration was an anti-Semitic symbol? Was it? Yes. The Queen L, whatever that is, gesture performed by French footballer Nicolas Anelka in December was wildly interpreted and condemned as anti-Semitism. And then he's quoted it saying, "I'm no racist." Oh, well, I was going to show you the gesture, but then I'll get banned, won't I? So you have to look it up yourself, boys. Is winning FA Cup better than winning last year's Championship? Absolutely, Roger Slicker. Getting that polled up. 82% are partial to being up top. What's bigger? What's bigger? Last year's champ win or this year's FA Cup win? No brainer for me. That obviously, that being said, I wouldn't want to take away the championship win. So I do understand what you're saying there, Roger Slicker, because if you take that away, we're not in the Prem, and then it's not good. Stick Metcher up there with him. He's flying. Oh, you on about? Prefer Peru, but I'll take Metcher. Metcher's more mobile than he, Jordan. Peru shows even at weekend, then when he gets the chance, he's cold as ice. But unfortunately, Norwich were much more wide open, weren't they? It's not disrespect or hate for Farker. It's simply getting it real of how our manager keeps getting things consistently wrong. Hold on. Oh, Vet not having it. Got away with it for years until he did the Diodone celebration. I'm not sure. That might be the one that I looked at. How much are strikers going these days? 150 to 200 million. You can't. They're not available, are they? They're literally priced. Any strikers priced the way out of market, aren't they? That said, Farker should keep us up this year. Then Farker will have earned a new contract, and see if he can compete in the Premier League as a top team against my better judgment. Yes, AO. See, even AO's accepting that he stays when he keeps us up. Yes, Lukey. 2-1 now, though. 10 mins to go. It's not wrong for people to look past Farker. Should always be looking to improve and progress. I don't want to sack a manager for no reason, though. John Charles scored 11 hat-tricks while at Leeds when they were just an average side. Roger Slicker, spitting facts. Think you're looking minimum 50 for a 15-goal striker these days. You can't get them for naught, can you? And then add 15 on if they're English and the rest, Brett. Leeds City were made to fold the club due to the certain financial irregularities during the First World War. They were paying their players in contravention of the rules. Did not know that, MVG. Again, you're a river to your people. We're here to learn. History will dictate whether Farker was actually any good as a manager. History won't dictate, will it? The present will dictate. Stato. Gone stat ballistic, mate. Calvert Lewin, Okafor returns Sunday. I don't think Okafor will, but I think Calvert Lewin will. Although Okafor might, if he gets in training this week, we do have a fair few days. Yes, JB Lee's the worry is here. Jack, I'm just worried, lad. If we lose to Palace and Brentford, will you then agree with me, mate? Depends on how the other results go. West Ham won't beat Man City. Bayern are 5-0 up. Atletico Madrid are 5-1 up now. We're going to do a prediction tomorrow, JB Leeds, so tune in at 8. We're going to do a prediction of our next 3 games. Oh, no, it'll be 7 tomorrow because I'm playing football at 9. In other words, they no respect of the rules. They have no respect of the rules. Get up, Danny Burden. Calvert Lewin, too bad, Fark said. Not too bad. Back Sunday. He'll be back. Okafor back as well, says Arthur Bushby. 67 signings incoming, Ming. Get Just Joe in. He can have a good time with Willie Nonto. I've met Willie Nonto. Nice chap. Here's one to contemplate. If 115 get a point deduction to keep the Cockwombles up and West Ham up, because big stadiums in the capital can't be in the Championship and City are so rich straight back up. Just a thought. They won't go down, even if they got it over edge now, they won't go straight down, would they? Van der Veen should have got red card tonight. Again, Arthur Bushby. He's loving it, isn't he, at minute? I think he's a bit overrated, him, I just think he's rapid and everybody gets a bit over the head of themselves. Until Farker wins anything of significance, he'll be labelled as an anomaly. What managers do we know? AO's not taking any prizzer. He's won Championship a few times. Come on, JB, stay loose, brother. The cock watcher. Cock wombles are in. 63 likes, boys. 55 in room. Smash a like for us. Farker getting us promoted is significant, and getting Norwich promoted is a top manager, says Luke. I agree. Denver the dinosaur. It's hard to get out of Championship. Just call me Dino Joe. Joey Barden is going down with the cockwombles. Depends, Jack. Sometimes 2 up front is needed. And there's other games 3 up top. But never should only one striker be played up front. Too much work for the striker to do on their own. It's important. It's obviously important to get around him, innit? But we do play 3 up top, even though people just think it's just Aronson in around him. Palookaville. Is it time at the end of the season to upgrade manager? Just curious. Would you lot take Diego? I mean, you'd have to get behind Diego Simeone, wouldn't you? But Father Ted, only line enough from Father Ted's. I hear you're a racist now. It's funny. People claim that there has been hate and disrespect towards Farker, but it's a load of bollocks. Those lot like to make things up. There were never any of that. It's just a lot of frustration. I don't know. There were a lot of people going around. 5-1's mad. There were a lot of people going around, George, talking smack about him, to be fair, but he won't come to Leeds, would he? Never in a million months of Sundays. Yes, Arthur Bushby. Has he won a game with them? Still 0-0. It's not a bad result for him, really, Luke. I know it's hard. It's going to be hard for him to go away in it and get out, but he can nick a 1-0 here, and then do an Atletico Madrid. Been ripped a new one. Lamped at slaughter. We have one FA Cup in our 107-year history. Winning it this year would be statue territory. Absolutely 78 RPM. 83% say that the FA Cup wins bigger. He's shit, says Arthur Bushby. Love it. Oh, they ain't got a clue, Roger. They keep just pushing it down the line, don't they? Fucking hell, Danny Bowden. That is crazy. I was going to say the words, but again, they'll come for me. Yes, Gomez gang. If Farker keeps us up and FA Cup quarter final eclipses Bielsa's achievement, end of. Certainly, if we're going to next season and we stay up. It's just for the sake of wanting to see him, really, though, Roger. I think it's just, new signing. You just want a bit of excitement, don't you, with just a bit of excitement, mate. When you're 3-0 up against Norwich, I just wouldn't have minded having a look at him. Ultimately, I don't really give a shit. Winning the FA Cup would be massive for us. It would secure Farker's future with a new contract. In. What Leeds record has Dr. Farker broken so far? I don't know, to be fair, but I bet he has. 5-1. So bad. Not even AI can make Farker authentic. Well, that'd make him less authentic, though, wouldn't it, Roger Slicky, you madhead? Ryan Mason will be the Cockwombles manager at the weekend and in the Championship, Danny Bowden. If not Harry Redknapp. I want Harry Redknapp to come in. It'd be piss funny. It'd be mental if they came up. They'd go straight back down. Do we agree on that, though? What Diego wouldn't go to the team everybody hates apart from Brett? He won't come to Leeds, would he? You don't remember Father Ted's famous line, I will kick Bishop Brennan up the ass. No, I never used to. I've only watched a couple of episodes of it. It's just slightly before I'd probably had to be in bed at that time. I'm a Leeds fan as well, so 100% I'm good at the blind faith stuff. You know it, Luke. It's all about it's all about blindly following the club, mate. Do you relate? Can you relate? Farker as good as said Cornetto was lazy and not trying as much as he would have hoped. He said he would get good with his coming in with a smile on his face to training, wasn't he? And he's not kicking out a stink necessarily. But Farker is a demanding man, isn't he? And I don't blame him. So I'm here for it. Leeds was made for the dark arts of Diego. It'd be an hell of a signing, but there is no chance. There is no chance of that. Drink. Hands up, I'm one big contradiction tonight. Tonight, I'm going to say, you always are. Off for a drink night, peeps. Take it easy, Danny Bowden. God bless you all. On and on. And on that note, Danny Bowden, I'm bouncing as well. I'm off to go. I need to go to bed. Well, no, I'm off to go watch a film or something. Well, probably not a film. I don't know what. I'm just chatting beans. I'm knackered, basically. But yes, shout out to 78 RPM for the goal bonuses earlier. An absolute legend, mate. Appreciate you. Records broken in the first 2 years as manager. Goals, points, wins, home games, unbeaten. Just a few. Ain't no doubt about it. Dropping them bombs. Shout out to Luke, Joe Depp, 78 RPM, my man Mingy, Danny Bowden, legendary MVG, Roger Slicker, Joe Depp, AO, Brett, Julie Neary, Psychic Sal, Gomez Gang, I think I've said Danny Bowden, Harley, Arthur Bushby, JB Leeds, the Panicker, the top Panicker. Shout out to the Cockwombles for getting thumped 5-1. Shout out to War Piglet. Shout out to BMG, which he won't be here for the underlap. So we need to sort something out. We need to sort. Somebody needs to write down the 11 because I know I won't be able to do it. Gomez Gang. Enar might be in the wings. I'm not sure. George McPherson, who I think's gone. Mr. Whitesnake, who's definitely gone. White Swan, who's gone. A Wimberway, who's gone. Junk Monkey, yes, my brother. Gomez Gang. Take it easy all. Till tomorrow, 78 RPM it'll be. I'm going to try to do a quick shit vid as well tomorrow. So stick that up your dojo and smoke it. Because a few people commented on my shit vid from yesterday and said, where's the shit vids gone? I enjoy the random shit. I think, well, it's all random shit, but, you know. He's there in the wings. Yes, Martin J. Cook. In the wings as well. Are you hanging about with Enar? Get up. Take it easy, everybody. Smash us a like on the way out. Appreciate every which one here. Take it easy, boys. You're all legends. Shout 78 RPM for the super chat earlier. Hero and War Piglet, MVG, Ming, Hummers 11 and Julie Neary for the super chat last week. Legends. Take it easy, everybody. Strikes again. In a bit.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.